Wow, this is surprising and shocking because it says right here that after Sahara reporters revealing reports, FAYEMI says he was offered $80 million bribe by Paris club contractors seeking $418 million judgment debts. Wow, what is all this about? What is going on right here? Remember that Kayode Fayemi is the governor of Ekiti State and the chairman of the Nigerian Governor Forum. And he is one of those right-hand man of the President, Muhammadu Buhari. And somehow there have been alleged reports that he also wants to run for the position of the president in 2023. But that we don't know how truthful that report is. But we are still keeping our fingers crossed to see how far that will be, because you never can tell who has ambition for that position. We are just alleging of some people who are interested and some who are not. But as the time draws closer, everyone will be exposed on how they want to run the 2023 presidential, whether they want to be part of it or not. Anyway, guys, that's why we're here is about the $80 million bribe that was given to him by Paris club contractors seeking $480 million judgment debts. Wow. Anyway, guys, more details of all of this, but please ensure you hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, my dear friends, without wasting much time, let us get right into the details of this report. Ekiti State Governor and Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has said he was offered $18 million bribe to drop his objection to the settlement of the $480 million judgment debts owed by states and their local governments in securing the Paris Club refunds. Fayemi noted on Monday that the fixers who approached him initially with $40 million raised the alleged bribe money to $80 million when he refused to accede to their request. In an interview with Premium Times, the governor clarified that he stood on his ground that there must be a forensic audit to determine the legitimacy of the entire $41 million judgment debt, which translates to about 159 billion naira. It was also gathered that last Thursday reported that Fayemi was fingered in the ongoing grand financial fraud of $480 million judgment debts around the Paris Club refund. The 6 individuals and entities who served as contractors to some states and local governments to secure their Paris Club refund and who are demanding over $418 million judgment debt from the government were the ones who alleged that Fayemi demanded 10% of the sum as a kickback. It was also reported that already the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, are at the center of the scandal, having forced the Central Bank of Nigeria to pay $350 million, about 133 billion naira, as part of the judgment debts, much of which was shared between them and the contractors. It was exposed on Wednesday that the AGF and Gambari's move to have the money paid as contrary to the NGF stance that the judgment debts should first be subjected to a probe, a request which President Buhari had acceded to. Speaking in an interview, Fayemi stated that the claim of the contractors that he asked for a bribe from them was a blackmail to smear his image. He said the allegation is not true. The allegation was sponsored to smear me and blackmail me to compromise my stand. The so-called creditors have rather been searching out to me and sending emissaries to beg me to change my position on the matter. I was initially offered 10% of the entire $418 million, which is about $40 million, to support the payment, and I said, no, this is not about me. Then the offer was raised to 20%, which is about $80 million, but I still rejected it in the interest of justice and Nigerians. To be frank, I was alarmed that some persons sent to me could agree to discuss such an issue with me. I don't have anything against the creditors. I believe we should carry out the forensics audit in the interest of justice. If after the audit it is found out that they are legitimate debts, I will immediately support the payment, but we have to do what is right. The controversial debts have risen from various court judgments ordering that some contractors and consultants be paid for certain services and projects executed for the various states and the 774 local governments. Some of the claimants were said to be consultants said to have been engaged by the states and local government to secure recovery of funds over-deducted from their allocations between 1995 and 2002 to service then London and Paris club loans. When contacted on why he did not report the attempts to bribe him to security agencies, FAYEMI did not answer his calls and had yet to reply to a text message sent to his phone as of the time of filing this report. His chief press secretary, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, also did not answer calls nor respond to inquiries by our reporters as of the time of this report. You can imagine how things are turning out in this country. Imagine the amount of money used to bribe just because they owe debt they do not want to pay. These and many more that are the things going on in the country. And for FAYEMI to have rejected this money, perhaps he has an understanding that if this money is spent and when there's a probe, he understands that this might just be one thing that would tarnish his image for life. Remember that I told you earlier that he is one of those who are allegedly having the ambition of running for 2023. Imagine if their party should lose, this could actually cause him to be probed because those involved are likely going to talk to say that, the chairman of the Governors Forum was part of the people who shared the money with us, so we are not alone in this. All of these kind of things can just, tarnish one's image and all of that. But he has his reason why he actually rejected. A lot of names were called in the midst of this Paris loan and all of that. But he does not want to get involved because they are all part of the people embezzling the funds of this country. None of them should be spared. They are all the same everywhere. He does not just want to be roped in because he understands this has to do with more than 2-3 people, because you can imagine how we tried to get in touch with him, but of course he did not pick up his phone or even respond to the text message that was sent to his phone, because he understands that as he was contacted that about the bribe, that why did he not actually tell the security agencies, he had nothing to say, because perhaps he might just understand that this thing is not something that he would want to talk about. Anyway, my dear people, that is it. You've heard it all. Thank you so much for listening. Whatever you have to say, please drop it in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.